In this video, we take a look at world events in 1796. Events in the United States. February 29th, the Jay Treaty between the United States and Great Britain officially comes into effect with the exchange of ratifications. June 1st, Tennessee is admitted as the 16th state of the United States. July 11th, the United States takes possession of Detroit from Great Britain as per the Jay Treaty. September 17th, President George Washington delivers his farewell address. November 2nd, John Adams defeats Thomas Jefferson in the presidential election. Events in Britain. Smallpox vaccine. Edward Jenner successfully vaccinated James Phipps in Gloucestershire, marking the first use of the smallpox vaccine. Battle of Montenotte. Napoleon Bonaparte's first victory as an army commander during the War of the First Coalition. Ceylon. Britain took control of Ceylon from the Batavian Republic, ending the invasion of Ceylon. Niger River. Mungo Park became the first European to reach the Niger River in Africa. Wearmouth Bridge. The Wearmouth Bridge, designed by Roland Burden, open to traffic. Prisoners of war. Over 2,000 black and mixed-race prisoners of war arrived at Portsmouth Harbour from the Caribbean. Most of them were imprisoned at Portchester Castle. Bread price protests. Protests over the price of bread led to Queen Charlotte being hit by a stone. Events in France. March 9th, Josephine de Beauharnais married Napoleon Bonaparte. April 12th, French gained victory at the Battle of Montenotte. April 13th, French victory at the Battle of Millesimo. April 14th to 15th, French victory at the Second Battle of Dago. April 21st, French victory at the Battle of Mondovi. May 10th, French victory at the Battle of Lodi. May 15th, French troops captured Milan. August 19th, France and Spain signed the Second Treaty of San Ildefonso, allying against Great Britain. Events in Brazil in 1796. Brazil's economy was in crisis due to a decline in mining and competition in the sugar market. India. In 1796, the East India Company signed the Treaty of Bassein with Baji Rao II, the Peshwa of the Maratha Empire. This event was one of many that led to the Third Anglo-Maratha War. China. In 1796, the White Lotus Rebellion began in central China, marking the start of a 9-year uprising that weakened the Qing dynasty. The White Lotus Rebellion was a peasant uprising in the mountainous regions of central China. The rebellion was a response to famine, government harassment, and crowded conditions. The rebellion was led by Zhang Zhengma and Nie Jiren in the Yidu and Zhejiang regions of Hubei. The rebellion was a series of uncoordinated guerrilla attacks. The rebellion was suppressed by the Qing army, but the war was costly due to embezzlement and poor management. Another important event in China, the Qianlong Emperor abdicated the throne in favor of his son, the Jiaqing Emperor. Japan. In 1796, a significant event in Japanese history was the publication of a Dutch-Japanese dictionary called Haruma, which facilitated communication between the Dutch traders and the Japanese during the Edo period when Japan was largely isolated from the outside world. Events in Canada in 1796. Deportation of Jamaican Maroons. Around 600 Jamaican Maroons were forcibly transported to Nova Scotia. They helped rebuild the Halifax Citadel. York becomes the capital of Upper Canada. York, now known as Toronto, was established in 1793 by Lieutenant Governor John Graves Simcoe. It became the capital of Upper Canada in 1796. Naval expedition to Newfoundland. A naval expedition led by Joseph de Riccieri planned to attack Newfoundland during the War of the First Coalition. However, the expedition disrupted the island's fisheries and destroyed Bay Bulls and Petty Harbour. Australia events in 1796. January 16th, Australia's first theatre opens in Sydney. January 23rd, the distillation of spirits was prohibited by Governor John Hunter, who was concerned about the widespread abuse of alcohol in the colony at the time. This marked the first government intervention in the Australian spirits industry. Russia events in 1796. Catherine the Great dies. Catherine the Great died on November 6, 1796, after suffering a stroke in the bathroom. Paul I becomes emperor. Paul I became emperor on November 17, 1796, at the age of 42. Russia's war with Persia. Russia went to war with Persia after Persia invaded eastern Georgia. Russia won the war and expelled Persian garrisons from the Caucasus. Sweden. In 1796, Sweden experienced the coming of age of King Gustav IV Adolf, ending the regency of his father's brother, Prince Karl. Events in Denmark in 1796. Jewish reform proposals. Reform groups proposed that Jews follow Danish law, except for issues related to the Christian Church. The proposals also called for community leadership to be chosen by all members of the community. However, the proposals were met with strong opposition from the majority of Jews. We hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.